Random House Audio presents The Stephen King Collection, Stories from Night Shift, by Stephen King. Read for you by John Glover.
The Boogeyman. I came to you because I want to tell my story, the man on Dr. Harper's couch was saying. The man was Lester Billings from Waterbury, Connecticut. According to the history taken from Nurse Vickers, he was 28, employed by an industrial firm in New York, divorced, and the father of 3 children, all deceased. I can't go to a priest because I'm not Catholic. I can't go to a lawyer because I haven't done anything to consult a lawyer about. All I did was kill my kids. One at a time. Killed them, all. Dr. Harper turned on the tape recorder. Billings lay straight as a yardstick on the couch, not giving it an inch of himself. His feet protruded stiffly over the end. Picture of a man enduring necessary humiliation. His hands were folded corpse-like on his chest. His face was carefully set. He looked at the plain white composition ceiling as if seeing scenes and pictures played out there. "Do you mean you actually killed them, or—" "No." Impatient flick of the hand. "But I was responsible. Denny in 1967, Shirl in 1971, and Andy this year. I want to tell you about it." Dr. Harper said nothing. He thought that Billings looked haggard and old. His hair was thinning, his complexion sallow. His eyes held all the miserable secrets of whiskey. "They were murdered, see? Only no one believes that. If they would, things would be all right." "Why is that?" "Because—" Billings broke off and darted up on his elbows, staring across the room. "What's that?" he barked. His eyes had narrowed to black slots. "What's what?" "That door." "The closet," Dr. Harper said, "where I hang my coat and leave my overshoes." "Open it. I want to see." Dr. Harper got up wordlessly, crossed the room, and opened the closet. Inside, a tan raincoat hung on one of 4 or 5 hangers. Beneath that was a pair of shiny galoshes. The New York Times had been carefully tucked into one of them. That was all. "All right," Dr. Harper said. "All right." Billings removed the props of his elbows and returned to his previous position. "You were saying," Dr. Harper said as he went back to his chair, "that if the murder of your 3 children could be proved, all your troubles would be over. Why is that?" "I'd go to jail," Billings said immediately. "For life. And you can see into all the rooms in a jail, all the rooms." He smiled at nothing. "How were your children murdered?" "Don't try to jerk it out of me." Billings twitched around and stared balefully at Harper. "I'll tell you. Don't worry. I'm not one of your freaks strutting around and pretending to be Napoleon or explaining that I got hooked on heroin because my mother didn't love me. I know you won't believe me. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just to tell will be enough." "All right." Dr. Harper got out his pipe. "I married Rita in 1965. I was 21, and she was 18. She was pregnant. That was Denny." His lips twisted in a rubbery, frightening grin that was gone in a wink. "I had to leave college and get a job, but I didn't mind. I loved both of them. We were very happy. Rita got pregnant just a little while after Denny was born, and Shirl came along in December of 1966. Andy came in the summer of 1969, and Denny was already dead by then. Andy was an accident. That's what Rita said. She said sometimes that birth control stuff doesn't work. I think that it was more than an accident. Children tie a man down, you know. Women like that, especially when the man is brighter than they. Don't you find that's true?" Harper grunted noncommittally. "It doesn't matter, though. I loved him anyway." He said it almost vengefully, as if he had loved the child to spite his wife. "Who killed the children?" Harper asked. "The boogeyman," Lester Billings answered immediately. "The boogeyman killed them all. Just came out of the closet and killed them. He twisted around and grinned. You think I'm crazy, all right. It's written all over you, but I don't care. All I want to do is tell you and then get lost. I'm listening, Harper said. It started when Denny was almost 2 and Cheryl was just an infant. He started crying when Rita put him to bed. We had a 2-bedroom place, see? Cheryl slept in a crib in our room. At first I thought he was crying because he didn't have a bottle to take to bed anymore. Rita said you don't make an issue of it. Let it go. Let him have it and he'll drop it on his own. But that's the way kids start off bad. You get permissive with them, spoil them. Then they break your heart. Get some girl knocked up, or start shooting dope, or they get to be sissies. Can you imagine waking up some morning and finding your kid, your son, is a sissy? After a while, though, when he didn't stop, I started putting him to bed myself. And if he didn't stop crying, I'd give him a whack. Then Rita said he was saying light over and over again. Well, I didn't know. Kids that little, how can you tell what they're saying? Only a mother can tell. Rita wanted to put in a nightlight, one of those wall plug things with Mickey Mouse or Huckleberry Hound or something on it. I wouldn't let her. If a kid doesn't get over being afraid of the dark when he's little, he never gets over it. Anyway, he died the summer after Cheryl was born. I put him to bed that night, and he started to cry right off. I heard what he said that time. He pointed right at the closet when he said it. "Boogeyman," the kid says. "Boogeyman, Daddy." I turned off the light and went into our room and asked Rita why she wanted to teach the kid a word like that. I was tempted to slap her around a little, but I didn't. She said she never taught him to say that. I called her a goddamn liar. That was a bad summer for me, see? The only job I could get was loading Pepsi-Cola trucks in a warehouse, and I was tired all the time. Cheryl would wake up and cry every night. Rita would pick her up and sniffle. I tell you, sometimes I felt like throwing them both out a window. Christ, kids drive you crazy sometimes. You could kill them. Well, the kid woke me at 3 in the morning, right on schedule. I went to the bathroom, only a quarter awake, and Rita asked me if I'd check on Denny. I told her to do it herself and went back to bed. I was almost asleep when she started to scream. I got up and went in. The kid was dead on his back, just as white as flour except for where the blood had sunk. Back of the legs, the head, the buttocks. His eyes were open. That was the worst, Wide open and glassy. Like the eyes you see on a moose head some guy put over his mantle. Like pictures you see of those gook kids over in Nam. But an American kid shouldn't look like that. Dead on his back. Wearing diapers and rubber pants because he'd been wetting himself again the last couple of weeks. Awful. I loved that kid. Billings shook his head slowly, then offered the rubbery, frightening grin again. Rita was screaming her head off. She tried to pick Denny up and rock him, but I wouldn't let her. The cops don't like you to touch any of the evidence. I know that. Did you know it was the boogeyman, then? Harper asked quietly. Oh, no. Not then, but I did see one thing. It didn't mean anything to me then, but my mind stored it away. What was that? The closet door was open. Not much, just a crack. But I knew I left it shut, see? There's dry cleaning bags in there. A kid messes around with one of those and bango. Asphyxiation. You know that? Yes. What happened then? Billings shrugged. We planted him. He looked morbidly at his hands, which had thrown dirt on 3 tiny coffins. Was there an inquest? Sure. Billings' eyes flashed with sardonic brilliance. Some backcountry fuckhead with a stethoscope and a black bag full of junior mints and a sheepskin from some cow college. Crib death, he called it. You ever hear such a pile of yellow manure? The kid was 3 years old. crib death.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?